Hello. Today we are going to read the book, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. And it's by Clement Clark Moore. And this is a pop-up book by Robert Sabuda. And if you want to read this book, you can. I know lots of my friends don't celebrate Christmas, and that's okay. I do want to let you know, too, though, that this is the inspiration for that 'Twas the Night Before Thanksgiving book that I read before Thanksgiving break. So there is that connection there. And it is a pop-up book, so I really love this one. It's one of my favorites, and I think you're going to see why. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. See how it's dancing? It's making it move. Look at the kids. Can you see anything about them? And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw open the sash. Can you see what this little guy is? He's a mouse. So all of the creatures in here is a mouse. So in bed there and flew out to see what was going on. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to the objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. You can see this little guy's ear is bent. I love how this book, have you noticed it's all like white paper? It kind of reminds me of snow. So whenever I see this and read it, it just makes me think of snow. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricanes fly, when they meet with an obstacle mapped to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling, And then in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and I was turning around, down the chimney, St. Nicholas came with a bound. See him? He's going down the chimney. All right, reindeers, goodbye. Reindeers, hello? Reindeers, goodbye. Okay. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. And a bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. Look at the little mouse. See him? Oh. That's our storyteller. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. Obviously, this book is kind of old. We're talking about him smoking a pipe, so... When I say book, I mean this poem. It's very old, and like you might see lots of different versions of this. This is just a version I have that I think is fun. Whoa, hello. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him, in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk. Jerk like fast movement. And laying a finger aside of his nose, he gave a nod, and up the chimney he rose. So look at his feet. See his feet? Now look. Whoop. He's shh. Whoop. Shh. Oh, Mrs. Ahlfors might like pop-up books. Okay. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him explain ere he drove out of sight, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night. So this is where my book is broken, but Santa, you're supposed to pull this, and you're supposed to be able to see him fly with his reindeer. But of course, mine's broken. It's been a loved book, but you can see the little reindeer there. Okay. So that is the end of this book. And I know that you've probably heard this before, but maybe not seen this version. I always love pop-up books. I've been making pop-up cards for people's birthdays and things like that. So it's cool to see how amazing they can do this in these books. And for me to only have a few parts that are broken, I think is kind of an awesome thing. But I wanted to share this story with you, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you celebrate Christmas, I hope that you have a wonderful Christmas. If you don't, I hope that you have a wonderful break. That's all for me. Take care.
Peace.